Good Sunday morning to everybody, and welcome back to CMW, which there's been some question about that. And all that is I've been having an obsession since I was younger about matching my initials with stuff. So CMW, my initials are Chad Michael Willingham. So I wanted to get something that was pretty close or matched the acronym CMW. So there's not many choices, so I had to go with Chad Makes Wet Shaving, so I could, Chad makes wet shaving about, whatever particular subject or whatever I'm doing that week. Excuse me, I'm still trying to get over this nasty cold or whatever the heck you got there. So a little bit of coffee can help that. And before we get too far along, I just want to say a good friend of mine, Jim, had a severe health scare this week, and I'm just want to wish you, Jim, a speedy recovery. Hope you start to feel better. And anybody who's not feeling well out there, has any issues, get checked out. Make sure, there's nothing serious wrong with you. And then also, too, my daughter is having her knee surgery tomorrow, so we're kind of getting prepared for that. And actually, I had a cat that just jumped up here. Yeah, you think so? Cat that just jumped up here. You can't drink the shaving water. That's not going to be good for you. So anyway, let the cat out. Today I thought I'd do something, another Sunday Shavedown, but today we're going to be doing some blades. We're going to do a Sunday Shavedown and have a battle between the Treet Dura Sharp and the Treet Platinum. So I haven't really used Treet Platinum much. I think maybe I used them once. The Treet Dura Sharp I've used quite a few times, and I'm a big fan. It is a carbon steel blade, so you have to be careful. You probably don't want to leave it in your razor because it could rust. I haven't had one rust on me, but I've heard of people leaving them in the razor when they're wet, and rust does develop on it. So it's something to keep in mind. The Treet Platinum is just a regular stainless steel blade, so you don't have to worry about rusting. But with the Treet Platinum, you can probably, if you want to keep it and try to shave again, I think I'd get 2 really good shaves out of it, and then I'd probably toss it. It's more like a barber blade designed maybe for one-time use and then toss. But they're pretty inexpensive. I think you can get 100 for like $6 or $7. So yeah, not bad. So yeah, I'd pat it dry if I do keep it for a second shave. Don't wipe it, pat it, and make sure it's dry so you can prevent any kind of rusting issues or anything like that. And then anywho, let's get on to it because we'll be here all day. I've prepared my lather. Today I'm going to use Prorasso White, a very neutral. It's supposed to be for sensitive skin. Is at the back. I don't know. I like to roll my tube so it's hard to see what it is. It's just kind of a neutral, lemony, soapy type smell. And then the brush, I'm using a Yachi. I think that's how it's pronounced. 26 millimeter. I bought this brush actually for my daughter so she could shave her legs. And I want to try it. It's a big, huge knot. So let's get started to see how this thing goes. Yeah, that's a huge knot. So hoping everybody's having a good week, a good weekend now. My weekend starts on Sunday because I work on Saturday. So generally, yeah, my weekend is Sunday and Monday. So yeah, it's a pretty decent brush. Look at the splay in this bad boy. It's humongous. Yeah, I'd say definitely takes less time to lather up with this thing because it's so big. Most of the brushes I use are 24. I got 122. I don't care for that much, so 24 I think is my sweet spot. But just like anything else, you got to try it for yourself to see what fits you. Yeah. And this Prorasso White is a nice, mild scent of a soap. And once again, just like the rest of the Prorasso products, kind of inexpensive. Probably won't perform the best out of anything you use when you compare it to, say, like an artisan shave soap or something like that. It probably won't achieve that level of slickness, and some people complain it leaves your face a little dry after. I've not really had any issues with that, so we'll see. Your mileage will definitely vary, so give it a shot for yourself and see what you like. And also too, something new I started doing, and full disclosure, the products I use in my videos, I'm going to start including links down in the description if anybody wants to purchase anything from Amazon. Look, I'm not telling you to buy anything from Amazon. That's up to you. You do what you want. But if you do decide to buy anything from Amazon, consider using my links so I can get a little small, tiny commission and then put it back into the channel, buying products to, just use in the videos and stuff like that. So just something to consider. And before I get started, I have to load the blade. So I only have one razor. I can't put these blades in two, but the Treet Dura Sharp is double wrapped. All these Treet blades are double wrapped. And Treet actually started, which it's a pretty popular blade in Europe. Treet actually started in the 1950s as a blade company. So they've been around a while. And they actually had a short time partnership with the American Razor Company back in the 50s. So I don't know exactly how long it lasted, but they did in fact have one. So then I'm going to be using I guess you would call it a control razor. It's the razor I flock to anytime I want to try something, or I want to do have a kind of a normal, let's say normal, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It's Sunday morning. I'm losing my mind right now. Still a little edgy about tomorrow. Not that I think anything's going to happen, but I mean, anytime somebody in your family has to have a procedure done, and of course it's my daughter, her first surgery. She's only 18 years old, so a little nervous about that, but I'm sure everything will be fine. So anyway, we'll get started on the right side with the Treet Dura Sharp and see what happens. Yeah, it's a pretty sharp blade. Pretty comfortable too. I have to say, that was when I first used the Dura Sharp, I think I used it on the third plate of the meteorite, so a little bit more aggressive, and I was pleasantly surprised at how comfortable it was. I can't get carried away here and remember that I have to keep it in the middle. I don't want to go too far. Because we don't want to rob Treet Platinum of their stubble. They need it. So I'm going to take a short break, switch out the blades to the Platinum, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Blade alignment seems to be good. Razor's still dirty. Apparently I have filthy razors that I need to concentrate on cleaning a little bit. So this is the Treet Platinum. Oh yeah, it's cut pretty good. You see, I didn't remember. I think I only used these blades once. It's pretty sharp. I'm impressed so far. I know it's just one pass, but oh yeah, pretty nice. Liking it so far. And these are also fairly inexpensive blades. I think you can probably get a tuck of 100 for like 10 bucks maybe. So if you like them, decently priced. And also, I want to have alternatives. I mean, it's always good to have alternatives whenever you use, I mean, there's only so many blades out there. I mean, there are a lot now, granted. But I mean, like with the, the stuff that happened with the Russian Gillette blades and stuff, if you really like a Gillette blade and, the problems with the factories, with the war in Russia and stuff like that, then you might not be able to get specific blades that you like. So it's good to have alternatives, and especially if you can find one at a cheaper price. I always got that crane that gravitates to the edge of my skin. So let's see. I'm craving the coffee. I gotta get to it. I'll wet my hand and give the face a little feel. All right. Let's see. Maybe a little tiny less stubble on the platinum side. Let's see, with the chin. Yeah, definitely less stubble on the platinum side. So, all right. Treet Plat, I'm impressed. Battle of the Treats is gonna heat up and get to the end there. We'll see what happens. So let me lather up again. I dry my glasses. And this freaking brush here is massive and it holds tons of cream. Look at this thing. Jeez. Seems like you could use 3 or 4 swipes and have it cover your whole face. So yeah, definitely, if you want a large brush that covers a lot of area. That's why I bought it for my daughter, for her to, to try DE shaving and use it on her legs. So, and I thought it would be pretty for her because it's got some interesting colors on it that kind of merge together. And then the knot is, it's pretty, I mean, it's very comfortable. I would assume it's supposed to mimic horsehair because it's brown. But then, I don't know what manufacturers do, what they consider it. I've never used a real horsehair brush. In fact, I've never even used any kind of animal hair brush. So I want to get a badger one day. Not a badger, a boar, a piglet brush. I'm gonna get one of them one day and break it in real good, because you hear a lot of good stuff about boar brushes for face lathering and stuff. So I'd like to give it a shot, because at this point I'd probably say I prefer the face lather than bowl lather, but I do bowl lathers when I do my videos because it makes it a little bit easier. So, all right, we're going back now again. We'll go back to the left side with the Treet Platinum, and Unlike the last video, I'm going to make sure to go across the grain this time. And of course, I forgot to mention, everybody who's watching the video is probably about, what the hell happened to his hair? His hair's gone. Yeah. Let's just say I got a less than ideal haircut, and I tried to fix it myself, so it ended up being what you see here. Most people say it's not bad. It bothered me a lot at first because it's so short, but I mean, it's really not that big of a deal, I guess, you know. This hair, it'll grow back. That's why I contemplating wearing a hat during the video. Or no, I can't do that. So yeah, this Treet Platinum, I'm pretty impressed. But not ready to call it yet. Or really see for the money pass, which is against the grain, how it's gonna work. So let me switch out the blade real quick, be right back. All right, I'm back. I don't recommend, if you're just shaving, to keep continuously switching blades. It's kind of ridiculous, but how else are you supposed to get a true gauge of what's better? All right, right side, Treet Dura Sharp. Oh, almost did it again. That's becoming a habit that I don't like. Across the grain, dummy. All right. Yeah. Being a carbon steel blade, it seems pretty forgiving, so it's fairly comfortable. Best thing I can say about this right now is it's very smooth in the Game Changer 84. Now don't get crazy and go off the rails and start pushing. Then it won't be too smooth. So I'm gonna come back after I lather up for the final showdown. All right, I'm back for the money pass, and the best thing I could say about this brush is I think it serves as... All right, sorry about that mild interruption. So we got the Dura Sharp. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Yes, the Dura Sharp on the right side. And we'll be going against the growth of the grain of the neck and the face and all of that good stuff. So let's get to it. It's pretty mild. Gotta get the perfect line. It is lined up perfectly. Okay, I don't want to have to call a forfeit because of it. Just kidding. All right, let's see here. Yeah, sure. It's the grain. Really comfortable. And as I said earlier, I don't know how many shaves you're gonna get. I have probably a medium amount of beard growth. My hair is fairly coarse. The older you get these white and gray hairs on your face that seem to be hard like rock. Not bad though. Yep, not bad. Pretty good. That's what Larry David would say. Now, let me switch over to the platinum. Be right back. All right, back on this side with the Treet Platinum. So let's see what we end up with here. It's always the worst spot, usually on both sides, right there in my neck. That usually determines what kind of shave I have. Yeah, this blade's pretty mild also, but it seems to be, now, subjectivity reigns and all that stuff. It seems to be a little sharper, but that's not scientific. That's Chad telling you what his face feels like when I use the blade. So make of that what you will. Allow this drying up now. Thankfully, I'm almost finished here. This is going to be another one of those situations where you probably can't tell much of a difference, but let me wet my face again and make a determination if I need any pickups or anything like that. Let's see. Okay, that part of my face is good. There's a tiny bit of stubble on both sides, which, I mean, there's a little more right here. That usually happens though, regardless, blade, razor. I usually always have pickups right there. Let me put a little more out there and see what we got. So we're gonna finish it off with the Treet Plat, because I'm not switching blades again. Takes too dang long. Oh yeah, it's still picking up stuff on the Dura Sharp side. Yeah. Yeah, there's more stubble on this side, so I'd have to say, yeah, pretty close, but let me rinse my face and I'll be right back. All right, back to finish talking about this. My face wet, and when I was wiping my face, I did feel more stubble on the Dura Sharp side. So I guess, what did we learn? I can say that the Dura Sharp is a very, very comfortable blade. If you have sensitive skin, it's pretty sharp too, but not a hugely coarse beard. That Dura Sharp is a winner. You probably could get, I don't know, 2-3 shaves out of it. The Treet Platinum is maybe not quite as comfortable as the Dura Sharp, but it seems to be a little sharper, and it's coated with Teflon, PTFE, whatever you call it. So you're probably going to get it. You might be able to pull 4 or 5 shaves out of it if you don't have a tremendously coarse beard. But I'd say you definitely get one really good shave out of it. So, and yeah, that's the battle. Sunday Showdown. What more do you want? Just kidding. Let's get a little swig of coffee. And appreciate everybody's thoughts about tomorrow with my daughter's surgery upcoming. So, and while I'm yakking, I'm going to use some of this witch hazel to put on my face so I don't get irritated. Really love this witch hazel stuff. Oh yeah, love the way it makes my face feel, and the smell is not really, it's, not a whole lot to it. And actually today I think I'm gonna go to another old school aftershave and use some Stetson cooling moisture. I love the smell of this stuff, old school. It's funny when you're a kid and you have adults around shaving and they have these things like Brute or Old Spice or Stetson, stuff like that, and you're like, ooh, it smells like old man. So I guess when you reach a certain age, then you become an old man and you love the smell. So I'm 47. So people in your 40s, see if you can identify with that and you like the smells of these old school aftershaves, just like Aqua Velva. I love the smell of Aqua Velva Ice Blue. One of my favorites. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you enjoy some of those old school, quote unquote, old man aftershaves like I do. And check out the Treets. It's good, at least for a backup, I would say. If you run out of blades and you can't get something that you like, give the Treets a shot. For the cost, you can't beat it. If you can get 100 Dura Sharps for like $6 or $7, 100 Plats for like $9-10, what more could you ask for? So anyway, I guess I've talked way long enough, because this video is probably pushing 30 minutes. And I just ask everybody, if you enjoy it, give me a like. If you can, try to subscribe. I'm trying to grow, need all the help I can get. I enjoy doing these videos. Get in the comments, tell me about your blades, tell me about your old school aftershave usage, and give me tips and videos and what you want to see, because I want to please the people. Anyhow, I hope everybody has a great rest of your Sunday, rest of your weekend, and wish us luck on surgery. And I'll see you when I see you.